In this video, let's first knock out the most important preference settings that I recommend having on before you continue on with the rest of the video series. If you want to look more in depth at the preference menu, I suggest checking out the Moho 13 user manual found in the help menu. To open up the preferences menu, go up to the top where it says edit and select preferences. The first tab that's going to be open is the general tab. For the general settings, these are what I currently have checked on. For the most part, everything is self-explanatory. The next tab is the Documents tab. One of the most important things to have checked on is autosave for crash recovery. I recommend having this checked on because it creates an autosave every 30 seconds. So in case you forget to save and your software crashes in between saves, this will bring up a recovery file the next time you open up Moho. As far as the rest of the settings, these are up to you of what you want to leave checked on or off. Again, reference the Moho help manual for more detail. Next, we have the Layer Objects tab. Do not have checked on Auto Center New Layers. This has the potential to affect new layers by adjusting their Z values, which unless you are intentionally wanting to work in 3D, just causes issues when animating. One that you want to have checked on is the scale compensation for new layers. This is important when the layer is scaled up or down, its lines either get thicker or thinner to that current size. The next one I recommend having checked on is Auto Size Name column. This will automatically increase the width of the layers panel to display the full name of the layer. Feel free to check on or change any other settings in this tab. Next, we have the Timeline tab. Leave Consolidate Timeline Channels off. This is on by default for debut users, but is very limiting when it comes to animation. Next, what I have checked on is the Highlight Frame 0. Frame 0 is where all the design and rigging takes place. Frame 1 and beyond is all animation. So this is just an additional display to help you know that you're on frame 0. We won't be using SMPTE timecode, so go ahead and turn that off. That is more for video, but for animation, we want to see everything in frames per second, and also leave Show Angles and Degrees unchecked. Next, for the Tools tab, I recommend having the status bar at the top of Window checked on. This is going to be our tooltip window and is very helpful to reference when using different tools. Enable drawing tools only on frame 0. I highly recommend any beginner to leave checked on. Classic point editing, leave that checked off. We'll be using the new keyboard shortcuts for Moho. And feel free to go through what's left and decide if you want to leave those checked on or off. For the Tool Layout tab, we won't make any changes, so go ahead and skip that. For the Edit Colors tab, the only preference I prefer to change here is View Output Only. And then inside of the color options, go ahead and drag this option up to remove all of transparency. I'll show you later on what this does. And last, we have the Appearance tab. This is totally up to you, but gives you a little bit of customization on your interface in terms of color. So feel free to change this up according to your desired preference. And that is it for this video. We are now ready to get into character design, which we will start in the next section. I'll see you there.